They said we have to reduce the border delays at the Mexican border because that trade is so important for our economy. And what they want to do in Washington is so counterproductive to what's important to us in San Diego. We are now about to have our second iteration of whatever you want to call it. It's a Muslim ban. Okay, when you take 7 Muslim countries and you only provide exceptions for religious minorities, that is by definition a Muslim ban. By the way, it doesn't apply to the countries where actual terrorists came from who blew up our towers. And some have suggested that it may have something to do with where the hotels are that are owned by the Trump. My party, the Democrats, we're at the lowest level of elected office since before Herbert Hoover. So we're not going to win a lot of votes, all right? How do we stop these awful things from happening? Fortunately, there are lawsuits on things like the emoluments clause, and we saw that the federal courts stopped the most recent travel ban. And thank goodness our founders thought to separate powers and to provide that no person is above the law. Because that's a lot of Republicans who are really uncomfortable with some of the stuff that Trump is doing. It's not a Republican, traditionally Republican thing to waste $15 billion. I think that was really prized by the Chamber of Commerce as something we needed to do to get our scientists here, to get farm workers, get workers in home health care. They wanted immigration reform. Now, we're not just standing still by 50%. So we've heard all about this $19 trillion national debt. It will go up $9 trillion just from this point. And what we have to do is let's make sure Republicans know that we know they're not comfortable. And there's some around here you might want to just ring up. Because they know better. And we have to get them to stand up. If we're going to win these battles, they know better. Let's get them. So what do we do? What can we do to mitigate the damage? Right? What can we do to make it less? And that's where locally we can really be active. We know that our immigrant families, whether you're a Mexican American or a Muslim American, are horrified by what's happening. They're scared. People are scared to go to school. People are scared about what's going to happen at work. People are scared about whether they can leave the country and come back. But that's not who we are. But we have ways to get involved. You can do things like, sorry, this is my boss. You can support and volunteer with the International Rescue Committee, right? You can work with the ACLU. We have other organizations locally that are fighting back, like Planned Parenthood, the League of Conservation Voters. Anyone worried about climate at all, as I am? Scott Peters is your new EPA director. Congratulations. So what can we do? Let's get involved locally. Let's set an example for the rest of the country, as we do in California so well. And let's also show compassion. Let's take care of those people who need us. Some of us aren't threatened, right? I know Trump's not going to hurt me. But I can reach out to people who are threatened, and we can show our love and our care for them too. Second thing, right. Finally, there's elections in 2018 and 2020. We might want to have an effect on those. That's the third thing. It's hard to do better than we're doing here in California. Okay? I think Secretary Clinton won the California election by 4 million votes. Now I want you to think about that for a second, because everyone talks about how she won the national popular vote by 3 million. California was the entire difference. The entire difference. Okay? So we are an island.